Hello, grade fours. Welcome to another lesson with me today for grade 4 English, first additional language. And we are still currently in week 5. So if you were with me yesterday, you remember I told you we're going to do some more reading and writing today. If you don't know me, I am Taryn Curry, and I'll be going through the work with you today. So if you were with us yesterday, you will remember that we read a poem about insects. So we learned what makes a poem. So we looked at rhyming words and what syllables are. We read through the poem to help us find the rhyming words, and we looked at some syllables and we answered some questions. So I did assign you some homework to write your own poem, and I hope that is going well. So for today, we are going to have a look at a different poem. So we're going to try and see how good you are at predicting what this poem is going to be about. So remember, when we predict, it's what you think is going to happen. Then I'm going to read the poem to you. Then we're going to go through it together, and you're going to then answer some questions based on the poem. So let's see how good you are with predicting the poem. So I'm going to give you 2 pictures, and I want you to try and guess what you think the poem is based on today. So here's the first picture. So I think that's quite obvious. And the second picture. So using those 2 pictures, what do you think we're going to be talking about in our poem today? Okay, so I think it's very easy to see that we're going to talk about a mom and her baby. So maybe some of you even have a baby brother or sister at home, so you might be able to relate to this poem a little bit better. So I'm going to read the poem for you. You'll see the picture on the screen kind of matches what we're going to read. So it's called Dance, Baby, Dance by Anne Taylor. Dance, little baby, dance up high. Never mind, baby, mother is nearby. Coo and gurgle, giggle and crow. There is little baby, there you go. Up to the ceiling, down to the ground. Backwards and forwards, round and round. Dance, little baby, and mother will sing. With a jump and a swirl and a ding-a-dong-ding. Okay, so now that you've heard the poem, I hope you could hear the rhyming words. Now we can look at it together. So the poem that I read to you comes from a worksheet on eClassroom. Because they always, remember I told you, they've got lovely worksheets. So now I want you to read through the poem and see what rhyming words you can find. So dance, little baby, dance up high. Never mind, baby, mother is nearby. Coo and gurgle, giggle and crow. There, little baby, there you go. Up to the ceiling, down to the ground. Backwards and forwards, round and round. Dance, little baby, and mother will sing with a jump and a swirl and a ding-a-dong-ding. Okay, let's go through some questions. So remember, I'm going to read them for you first, and then we're going to answer them together. So for number 1, they want to know what is the title of the poem. So remember, title is just another word for what is the name. Number 2, who is the poet? So I want to know who is the person who wrote the poem. So they are called a poet. Number 3, what are the rhyming words in the poem? So remember where to look for the rhyming words. And then number 4, I want to know how many syllables each of those rhyming words have. So quickly look at the poem. Think of the answers, and then we'll go through them together. So I think the title is very obvious to see, because remember, where do you find the title? Right at the top. So the title of this poem is Dance, Baby, Dance. Who is the poet? So who was the person who wrote this poem? So if you look underneath the title, it says it is written by Anne Taylor. Number 3, what were the rhyming words? So remember, they come in pairs. They come in twos. So we've got high, nearby, crow, go, ground, round, sing, ding. Okay, so those are my rhyming pairs. Then number 4, how many syllables does each word have? So remember that trick I taught you, to either put your hand under your chin or to clap it out. So you'll see that a lot of the words actually have one syllable. And the only one that has 2 syllables is the word nearby. Because if you say nearby, it is nearby, 2 syllables. The rest are all one. So high, crow, go, ground, round, sing, ding. So I think that was easy for you to tell the difference. So I hope you actually spotted that 2-syllable word. Now, if I'm carrying on with some questions, so this is more about the poem now. So number 5 wants to know what is happening in the poem. Number 6, do you think the baby is dancing on his own? So it's a yes or no. And please tell me why you know it's a yes or no. And number 7, do you think the mother throws her child up to the ceiling? So again, explain why. So it's a yes or no again, but you must tell me why you say yes or no. So for number 5, I think also the picture helps us to see what is happening. We say, what is happening in the poem? So there is a mom dancing with her baby. So number 6, do you think the baby is dancing on his own? So again, just by using the picture, we can see that baby isn't dancing on his own. So it's no. You could have told me that a baby can't dance on his own, or you could have also mentioned that babies can't even stand. Because remember, they're only crawling. So they can't stand up and dance. So they need mommy's help. So number 7, do you think the mother throws her child up to the ceiling? Because it says there, up to the ceiling, down to the ground. So is she throwing the child up into the ceiling? So that's definitely a no, because she's holding him in her hands. So she's just swinging him. So she swings him up and brings him back down to the ground. So she's not literally throwing him up to the ceiling. I hope not. So now, what we're going to learn about with poems is that there are sometimes words that imitate sound. So I explained to you now what imitate means. So poets like to use words in a poem that imitate a sound. So this means that they want you to read a word that you can imagine what it sounds like. So they use words to get your imagination going. So if I give you smash, what picture pops in your head? So if I think of smash, I think of a cup breaking. So something will be broken. The next one we've got is bang. So what do you think of when you think of bang? So my automatic thought is of a gun being shot. But you can also maybe think of when someone slams the door, makes a bang sound. Or if you hit something on a table, it will bang. So that word can relate to many different sounds. So now if I look at the poem, which words in the poem is going to make me think of a sound? So look very carefully. So there's lots of words in this poem, but there's only a few that will actually imitate a sound. So if I look at the third line, you'll see we've got coo, gurgle, giggle. So when I look at those words, you can almost picture a little baby who's happy, who is giggling, and when they gurgle, they make that like when they've got spit in their mouth like that. And the coo is when they make their little sounds. So another one that could possibly be some sound words is ding a dong ding. So it makes you think of a ringing bell. But I think with this words, they're actually trying to show you the motion, the movement that mom is swaying the baby. So you know a bell in a tower will move sideways. So that is how she is swaying him. She's swaying him from side to side. So it can be a sound word, but it can also just be showing us how she's moving him. So let's practice with some more. So I've got on the top, they want us to match the words in the first column with the word that imitates their sound. So we've got bees, glasses, babies, cats, and snakes. Then I've got tinkle, meow, buzz, hiss, and coo. So if I've got my words here now, so we're going to move the sound words around. I want to know what sound does a bee make? So if you think of a bee, what sound does he make? This is an easy one. So he makes a buzz. If you think of the buzz, the bee. Now glasses. So if you knock glasses together by accident, or you are cheersing someone, they make a tinkle sound. So that high-pitched ding. Now babies, what did we learn they do in a poem? So they make that coo sound. Cats, this is easy. Cats meow. And snakes hiss. So they make this sound. Okay, so when you look at words that imitate sound, you must just think about what they sound like. So that's what they mean by imitate a sound. Okay, great job, guys. So, for your homework, I want you to read through the poem that we did today, because I want you to learn the poem and then you're going to read it for me. So go to the Africa Teen Geeks website, remember, the lockdown tab, the grade 4 link. So you just scroll down a little bit, find the grade 4 in the list, and then you'll find English folder. So once you've learned the poem, you're going to record yourself, but please make sure you've got your parents' permission. And I want you to read the poem fluently. So that means you read every word properly and you've got a nice rhythm when you read a poem. So you can either send your recording on my Flipgrid account or you can email it straight to me. I love using the Flipgrid because all of your work is then together in one place. So make sure you put it into the right folder onto my Flipgrid account, please, so it's easier for me to find it. Then please join us tomorrow where we're going to read a comprehension. It's not on a poem, sorry, I should have changed that. It's on a fictional story, and then we're going to answer some questions. So have a fantastic day, guys, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Enjoy your afternoon.